Canadian public sector unions have declared war on Justin Trudeau, and you won't believe over what issue. Is it about their pay? Is it about their vacation days? Nope, it's over Venezuela. Just when the Liberal government gets something right, the public sector workers, some of the leading progressive voices in our country, leading progressive activists, they turn on him. Trudeau generally hasn't found a left-wing cause that he doesn't like, and we know that he said that soft eulogy for Fidel Castro. We know he said that he admires China's basic dictatorship. But apparently, the awful legacy of Hugo Chavez that has been continued by the Nicolás Maduro regime in Venezuela is just too much for the Liberal government. And Chrystia Freeland has shown real leadership on the file. She has made some strong remarks on it, and she was co-host to the Lima conference. Those are foreign affairs ministers from North and South America talking about how to get Maduro out.
Today, we have been joined by our Lima Group partners from Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Guyana, Honduras, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and St. Lucia.
This isn't some CIA coup. These are the neighboring countries beside Venezuela who say, we gotta get this guy out. And the many, many thousands of people who are taking to the streets to protest his authoritarian rule. What's the problem? Sounds like democracy in action. People finally trying to get a dictator out who did elections last year that are deemed fraudulent. This new guy's going to come in and he will be tasked with calling elections to authenticate his rule or to bring in another leader. But guess what? Our major public service unions, they won't stand for this. CUPE, the Canadian Union of Public Employees, represents hundreds of thousands of people. And they are throwing down the gauntlet for Justin Trudeau. You will not believe some of the things that they have said. Saying Maduro was duly elected by the president of Venezuela, by the people of Venezuela, pardon me. Saying it rejects any attempt by the Canadian government to interfere with the democratic processes and sovereignty of the Venezuelan people. Given the history of U.S. involvement in the region, the actions of Guaido have all the signs of a coup d'etat. We warn Prime Minister Justin Trudeau against playing any role in bringing about regime change in another country. Wow. And they're backed up by some other unions like the Canadian Labour Congress and also the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. Yep, the posties, the same ones who use their members' money to go to conferences in Venezuela where they sing the praises of socialism. It's unbelievable that there's a leftist cause that is just too much for Justin Trudeau, and yet our unions are jumping into them. I'm going to wager that the hundreds of thousands of Canadian workers who are part of these unions, they actually don't support Nicolás Maduro and the legacy of Hugo Chavez. I'm going to bet that they're actually outraged to see that their money is being spent to endorse this sort of stuff. Well, they should speak up, and they should say they're not going to tolerate it from their union anymore.